I want to start off by telling you a little story that happened to me today. I had to help somebody in a certain situation, and as a result of helping them, I realized that I was running late. It was getting late, and I also realized that soon I'm going to miss my bus if I don't hurry up. I was a little worried, a little apprehensive. Nonetheless, I felt that God's going to help me here. I just felt it. Don't ask me how. I felt it. God's going to help me. I'm helping somebody else. God's going to help me. I just felt it. Somehow I felt it. I helped this person, and I hence got myself off to the bus. And I realized, Jessica, yes, you hope God's going to help you, but it's running late, and it appears that you're going to be late for this bus. And as a result, you're going to have to wait for another 20-25 minutes for another bus, and it's pretty cold. So I sort of had that kind of like discord going on in my head. On the one hand, I was like, Jessica, you're going to be fine. God's going to make you make that bus. But on the other hand, my ego was still punching in that thought of, yeah, but I don't know, it's late. I really don't want to wait out in the cold. So I sort of grappled with that. But from a very, very deep place from within me, I said to myself, Jessica, you're going to be fine. I know you're going to be fine. I just know it. I anticipated I'm going to get to the bus station. I'll only have to wait 5 minutes, hopefully. That's what I was hoping. It's cold. It was really cold. And I was really hoping that the maximum I'm going to have to wait is 5 minutes. I did not comprehend what was about to unfold. I did not anticipate what was about to unfold. I got to the bus station, and the bus was waiting right there for me. No, that's not something I anticipated. I was blown away. I was like, wow, that is something to cherish. That is something to preserve. That is something to remember and incorporate in my future timelines. In my future timeline, rather. When I'm apprehensive in an apprehensive situation, whatever it may be, it's good to bear in mind what unfolded on that particular day in November, on the 12th of November, 2019. It's good to remember that. Powerful. I cherish this story. I love this story. I want to incorporate the story and integrate the story in my future. I want to remember it because it's a lesson. It's a lesson for the future. Now, don't get me wrong. I do believe that some days will be imperfect and some days I will end up having to wait for a bus. Even when I was banking, not having to wait, whilst reminiscing this particular story. I'm not there yet. And the universe doesn't serve me yet. God doesn't serve me through the universe yet. Although I believe it's going to happen. It's going to be. I'm not there yet. And I do anticipate that there will be some difficult days still. But because I remember this story and because I'm preserving this story, I'm able and I will be able to see it as an illumination and as proof that things could be good, even if they won't be good in the end, whatever the prediction is going to be in a future timeline. Nonetheless, it's something to look back on. I want to talk about the spiritual teachings which I've learned from Matt Kahn in the last few months, and the spiritual teachings which I learned prior to finding Matt Kahn when Aaron Doty was my teacher, amongst a lot of others. Aaron Doty really illuminated my soul. He really, really switched on a new paradigm within me. He made me realize that life happens for you, not to you. And ever since I've adapted that approach, I've seen amazing, amazing things happen in my life. Nonetheless, when it came the month of August, I realized that I'm going through a bit of the dark night of the soul. That's what I realized, because when you get into a spiritual path, you have that element. And whilst Aaron Dory doesn't really incorporate that passage, doesn't really talk about the dark night of the soul, I found spiritual teachers who do talk about it, particularly Macon. Macon says, take along with you every part of you. Macon says, if you're struggling to love yourself, recharge those batteries. Acknowledge yourself. Integrate who you are on your spiritual plane, on your spiritual ascension. Isn't that powerful? And I mentioned this before, and I'll mention it again, that if you are struggling with somebody who fails to recognize your strengths, who fails to give you love, who fails to compliment you, realize and take notice of the fact that that person doesn't have a lot of love coins in their love bank. In their heart, they don't have a lot of love coins. So what could you do? It's difficult. It's troubling. It hurts. It hurts. What could you do? You know what you could do? Take note of what you expected from people who didn't give you that love you anticipated that they were going to give you, who didn't give you that love that you expected them to give you. Take those times and imagine those days, imagine those times, what you would have heard from them had they said what you wanted them to say. Let's say, for instance, for argument's sake, let's say somebody in your life didn't say to you, I love you, I care for you, I recognize your strengths, and it hurt you. Let's say it was a Thursday, November 12th, 1962. Just for argument's sake, okay? Go back to that Thursday, November 12th, 1962, and say to yourself, I love you. I cherish the amazing talents you have. I saw how talented you were putting together that puzzle. I saw how talented you were doing your homework with absolute amazing, with fervor and deliverance. Another example. Here's another example. You're struggling. A co-worker who was supposed to help you couldn't make it in that day. They're not well, or they just had the day off, and you're struggling to assemble what needs to be assembled at work. You're struggling to assemble what needs to be assembled, whatever it is. And you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. The manager comes along and he starts yelling at you. What are you doing? You're destroying my store. And you think to yourself, how could the manager say that? Does he not remember how amazing I've been? How flexible I've been? And how full of determination to get the store up and running properly, to help him, to care for what needs to be done. Take that situation, and whilst it really, really hurts, hold on to it. And during break, say to yourself, wow, dear Susan, wow, dear Johnny, I am really impressed with what you did. How you delivered upon what was expected of you with such fervor, with such determination, with such amazing integrity. Wow. You really are amazing. I am really amazing. Do that, obviously, while it's holding on to your heart. And repeat it again if you have to, and again and again and again. I am impressed by you. You really, really impressed me. You know what's going to happen thereafter? You're going to get back into the store, you're going to get back into work, and you're going to notice that the manager will see a change in you. Now, will the manager actually see that change in you? Not necessarily, but you're going to notice it. You're going to notice it above and beyond what they will notice. Isn't that powerful? That's what I believe in. That's what my spiritual teachings are all about. I want to carry on and talk about the message which I started on Saturday night, more accurately. A message on Sunday, and that is a message of Lech Lech, which means go for you from your land, from your birthright, from your birthplace, from your parents' house, to the place which I will show you. I want to point out a very, very interesting thing, and that is that when you do for yourself, you integrate within you that Lech Lech, going away from what you believe to be yours for so long, acknowledging and realizing that there's so much more to you, and you integrate that, you hence get yourself off to amazing, amazing achievements, amazing, amazing results. I've spoken about the awesome contrast between Noah and Abraham. Noah, yes, he was pretty amazing. He had deterrents all around him. But he has family at his side. He had his familiarities all around him. Whereas Abraham had to let go of everything. Everything from his past he had to let go of. In my life, I've had to do the same thing. And what has that done for me? It's built me up. It's given me a spark, which I love sharing with you as well. Recognize your strengths. Integrate your strengths. Integrate your well-being within you, and you will get yourself off to a high plane, to a high plateau, to that place you dreamed of for years. Independence. Fully integrated. Fully in tuned and aligned with who you are. That's my amazing message today. Did you enjoy this video? Why not smash that like button? And if you have any comments, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. I love your feedback. It means so much to me. Please feel free to share this video with your friends, family, and acquaintances, and peers, and whomever you like. Feel free. I give you my blessings. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe now and press the little bell notification next to the subscribe button so that you too could see these videos right away when they come out. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. I love you.